I'm actually using an Allen wrench for the microphone, so hopefully the audio sounds excellent. A couple months ago, my husband and myself had an incredible opportunity to fly over to England and experience the Ultimate Alps motorcycle tour, courtesy of Tour One Motorcycle Tours. That being said, that was a sponsored trip. I did work directly with the owner of Tour One, Gary, fantastic, wonderful human being. I would highly recommend anyone doing this tour. And a lot of you guys have been very interested in doing this tour. I specifically went on the Ultimate Alps motorcycle tour. It is a 14-day, that's 2 full weeks, motorcycle tour through 7 different countries over in Europe. And in this video, I kind of wanted to give you a little bit more insight on what the tour entails and how much it actually costs. Full breakdown. Even though I did not pay for the actual tour tickets and the plane tickets, I did pay for a lot of other stuff, so I kind of want to get in that in this video. Disclaimer, I am not being paid to say any of this. I actually didn't even get paid to go on the tour, so this is a very unbiased opinion as somebody who I did go over, I did work with Gary, I did really, truly, spoiler alert, I loved the tour, highly recommend doing it, but I am not being paid to tell you the things I'm about to tell you, so humble opinion here, okay? We're all friends and family, and I want more of my American audience to know that there is opportunities and possibilities to travel on 2 wheels in different parts of the world that I didn't know you could do. I thought you had to ship a motorcycle out. I thought you had to book all your own travel itinerary, and I'm just not very good with that stuff. So knowing that there's a tourism company that offers you the help and the guidance and the ease of mind is very important to me. So let's go ahead and dive into what Tour One is. As I've already said, Tour One offers motorcycle tours in multiple different countries. We specifically went on the Ultimate Alps motorcycle tour, which I already said, 2 full weeks. We started in England, rode down through France, into Germany, down into Switzerland, over into Italy, back up into Germany, and then Austria, Luxembourg, and back into England. Full travel days, big, every single day we rode motorcycles, and it was incredible. Your ticket covers the cost of your hotels. It covers the cost of 3 meals throughout the trip. It also covers the cost of your boarding onto the Eurotunnel train, and if you do other tours, you get onto ferries, you have different transportation fees that you have to pay for. So the actual price that you are going to pay for the tour for 14 days, all of your hotels and certain foods, stuff like that, you're looking at, I have my notes over here, you're looking at a US dollar. I converted this all into US dollars for you guys. An individual price of $5,465. For 2 weeks, that's not bad. 7 different countries, that's not bad. Let's say if you're doing 2 up, where you guys share a hotel room and share a motorcycle, your cost comes to $7,069. Still, for 2 people, 2 full weeks, 7 different countries, not that bad. So the price breakdown, like I said, you get all your hotels, all of your fees and stuff like that. Now, if you are like myself and you weren't born anywhere near Europe or England, you're gonna have to fly. You're gonna have to hop on a little old airplane and fly across the Atlantic Ocean to get there. So the cost of a single plane ticket, this tour also happens in July. So this is happening July 2025, if you guys are interested. When I went this July 2024, the cost of an airplane ticket was roughly $1,500 per person. So for myself and my husband, it was a little over $3,000 for the both of us to fly there. Okay. I hate flying, but you gotta do it, gotta get the job done. So we booked our ticket and flew from Ohio, USA over into London for about $3,000. The next big one, especially if you're an American traveling or any other foreign country traveling over into Europe to do these tours, you're gonna need a motorcycle. And I think the motorcycle rental cost is where it really started gutting me a little bit, because potentially for the same amount of money, you might be able to ship a bike, but there's a lot of legalities and issues with that as well. So I do think renting a motorcycle is probably the safest and easiest way to go in this situation. As of right now, not a lot of places to rent from in Europe, especially in England. So I did reference the Tour One website for this quote, and for 2 full weeks, let's say you're renting a touring motorcycle, so a street glide, a road glide, or a road king, you're looking at right around just under $3,000 US for 2 weeks on 2 wheels. That is adding up into the cost. And as I already mentioned, those costs for myself were supplemented. So giving you guys the information. All right, so we got the three biggest things out of the way. We have the actual price of the tour, we have the motorcycle rentals, and we have the plane tickets. I want to talk a bit more about what is entailed on the actual tour when you are there. You are going to be staying in 4- and 5-star hotels every single night. You are going to be staying in remote locations. You are not going to be staying at the local Holiday Inn with a million other tourists. You are going to be out and riding and experiencing the elements. You are going to have 2 professionally guided tour guides. You're going to have a lead and a chase guide every single day. That they always know the routes, and they are excellent at navigating, feeling out the group, and like things that you are going to need as vacationers. This is a vacation. They want you to have a good time. You are also going to be with about 8 or 10 other riders on this trip, people that are paying for a vacation, riding with their spouses, and I absolutely adored it. So every single night you're going to incredible locations. You're going to have beautiful, clean hotel rooms at the end of the day, hot showers, cold showers, whatever you need. The one thing, you will not have a chase vehicle, so you will be required to carry all of your gear on the motorcycle with you. And for me, that was pretty easy. I think the hardest part, honestly, was packing it on the airplane. So the things that are not covered under your ticket price are things such as food, coffee, snacks every single day, as well as petrol or fuel. I will get into those prices here in a second. And I'm also adding in some of the prices of the miscellaneous costs that you're going to acquire when you get over there. For example, you have to have travel insurance, health insurance. You have to insure the vehicle you're riding, and you have to have, for me personally, I had to order an international driver's license, which was only $25 per person, but still, it's these small incremental costs that are going to add up onto this trip. The one I actually think is really hilarious, the one that I didn't even think that I would have to be spending money on, but it was one of the first things I had to purchase when I went over there, was a VPN. So yeah, by about the second time I missed the brand new episode of House of the Dragon while I was over in London, I spent $50 and reactivated my Surfshark VPN account. I personally have to fall asleep watching some kind of like nature documentary every single night, and that happens here at home and when I travel. So once we got into England and then over into France, I started noticing that my average TV shows that I watch when I go to bed were no longer available. And I'm not even joking, it took me probably 3 full days to realize it's because I was in a foreign country and they were not available, they were blocked content in that country. So as I mentioned, by the time I missed the second episode of House of the Dragon, I went ahead, spent the $50 and reactivated my Surfshark VPN account. Surfshark allows you to have access on multiple different devices, so I could actually watch my favorite TV show on my laptop with my husband in our hotel room at the end of every day. Made it very nice. Since we're talking about price breakdown here, I want to let you guys know if you're interested in trying out Surfshark for yourself, I do have a discount code linked down below, and it will give you an extra 4 months for free. Or you can just head over to surfshark.com/2wheels and check it out for yourself. There is a free 30-day money-back guarantee. And as I mentioned, you have to have insurance, medical, and motorcycle insurance, or whatever you're using to insure the vehicle. Personally, my medical insurance for 2 people cost around $120 foreign insurance for the time that you are actually spending overseas. And then the travel insurance that I purchased for our airplane tickets was right around $150 additional dollars on top of the $3,000 for the plane ticket. So these incremental costs are going to add up over time. We did have to pay for our own petrol on the motorcycle, so the fuel cost for 2 people was right around $475. And mind you, this is over 14 days. I want you guys to remember this is a full 14-day tour, so there's that. And then for food, like I said, we do have a few meals that are included in the cost of your ticket for the tour 1. But for the food for us, 2 people for 14 days was right around $566. And then the embarrassing part is the money we spent on alcohol. I don't know about you guys, but after a long day of riding amazing roads, I am coming back to my hotel and cracking open a beer or having a nice glass of wine. So the alcohol for both my husband and myself for 14 full days was $644. Vacation. So it's time to get into the total cost price breakdown for one person. I'm gonna do it for one person because I think if you are riding 2 up, you're probably gonna be spending similar costs to what I did, but you guys will be sharing a motorcycle. For a single person for 2 full weeks, including the airfare, the cost of the trip, your motorcycle rental, miscellaneous costs, foods, trinkets, I did buy t-shirts, souvenirs, stuff like that. This is all lumped into that price. The total cost comes to $11,038 US. There it is. Now, I do want to be completely honest, and I want to talk to you guys about my thoughts and opinions on whether or not I think this is a good bang for your buck as an American person in this economy who would like to travel the world riding motorcycles. I did look at a price breakdown. Where are my notes? I did look at a price breakdown of the average person going on, let's say, a cruise. I'm using 2 examples here. Let's say we're going on a cruise 7 days, or we're going to Disney World for 7 days. Per person, maybe including airplane fees, stuff like that. So let's just say a cruise per person for 1 week costs about $1,500 for your standard cabin. Not a nice cabin, you don't get a balcony, nothing like that. Just 7 full days on this cruise, looking at about $1,500. And if you're like me, you're going to be purchasing the unlimited drink package. That's about $500. Also, if you're like me, you're gonna have to pay for your Wi-Fi. It's about another $150. And then excursions. You're not gonna go sit on a boat. Maybe you will, I don't know, I'm judging you, but I won't go sit on a boat and not go do excursions and stuff. So I budgeted roughly another $500 or something. And so just a rough estimate on that came out to just under $3,000 for one person for 7 days. So I'm kind of just doubling that up. Let's say you want to go on a 2-week cruise, like we're doing a 2-week motorcycle tour, and this is not flying internationally. You will be boating internationally, but anyway, so all right, what, $6,000 per person? Okay, all right. When I'm putting it into that perspective, I'm like, I didn't see the Alps on the cruise. I didn't get to feel that. Anyway, and then let's say you're going to Disney. Disney didn't even offer a full 7-day breakdown for me because it's ungodly expensive. So it's about the same, honestly, and maybe 7 days at an on-site Disney resort for one person. This isn't for a family of 4. This is one person. You're looking at roughly $1,500 for an on-site basic hotel. And then just the ticket cost. If you want to get into, let's say, Magic Kingdom every day for 7 days, God be with you. That's a lot of Magic Kingdom for 7 days. I'm personally a Universal girl. But anyway, $800. $800 for 7 days in Disney World, just in the park. And then I'm budgeting, let's say, another $500 or something for food, which I know that's probably not the case because food in Disney is ungodly expensive, and I'm a drinker. So I'm gonna go ahead and double that and say $800 to $1,000 for food and drink. That might be a lot. Anyway, so it actually adds up to almost the same cost if you're not including travel, airfare, miscellaneous purchases like that, car rental. It's roughly about $3,000 per person for 1 week. So double that, I'm saying about $6,000 per person for 2 full weeks on things such as a cruise or Disney World. And I don't have anything against those things. I've done both of those things and they are very fun. I'm also perfectly happy staying at home on vacation and just being alone. But I wanted to give my honest opinion on whether or not I think the Ultimate Alps or any Tour 1 tour is worth it. So a little bit of an overview. Every single day we would wake up, we would have coffee, we would have breakfast, almost as a family, in new location. So every single morning you're waking up in a new location. Every single morning you are hanging out with your new friends and family and having coffee and breakfast. And then you hop on your motorcycles and you ride for just under, let's say, 2 hours. And then you're stopping for another coffee break. You're taking time, hopping off the motorcycle. You just saw some seriously amazing sights. And then you're reminiscing and reconvening with your new friends again, like I said. After that, we're gonna ride for a couple more hours, go get some fuel, stop and stretch again, and repeat. In the amount of time of just 1 day, I saw more in one country than I have ever seen in the United States in probably a week. So I will say this is not just a relaxing tour. I don't want you to think that you're gonna be spending $11,000 and just kicking your feet up and having a great time. This is a riding tour. This is specifically designed for people who are true motorcyclists and actually want to get out and ride every single day, do and see new things. I didn't know that I was that kind of person. I thought I was a little more chill, a little more down to earth, you know, I'll go on a tour here and there. But now that I have done the Tour 1 tours, my husband and I actually both agree, we're European travelers now. I just want to ride for a couple hours and then stop for a cup of coffee and things like that. Or if I have to take the interstate, which I used to be a highway queen, it's a bad day. I don't want to take the interstate. So I will say that this tour has completely changed my perspective as a traveler on two wheels. There's just something new every single day. I think that's the thing that it's very hard for me to get across to you guys, because I want you to know that this isn't just, you know, you're going to see the same mountain range for a week. Like, that's not the case. And I guess the real question is, would I do this again? That's not a question. I would 100% do this again. I will do this again. I'm telling you right now, I will be back. I will go travel with Tour 1 again. I will rent motorcycles. I will enjoy foreign countries, and I will get out of my comfort zone more and more the older I get. So if you guys have any questions at all, please leave a comment down below. I will do my best to answer your questions, honestly, truthfully, and I want you to go do your own research as well. So I do have Tour 1's website linked down below. I didn't realize that you could just go on a motorcycle tour. I guess that sounds so stupid, but it is true. It is true. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And until my next one, you be good, ride motorcycles, and I'll see you later.